I had to shoot this like 3 times already because my microphone wasn't working, and also I did want to go over like multiple things with this channel, mostly in regards to what I'm gonna be posting, what content I'm gonna be pushing forward, and just getting more videos out there on my channels because well, one, I want to get to know my audience more, and two, I want to showcase most of my life. Also, the steps I want to be able to see, like at least from like prior, like at least 2-3 years before and 3 years after, like how much I've improved, how much I've changed, how much everything has like evolved in general. Or today I'm going to be going over some of the mini projects and build that I've been working on. One of them is a bookshelf and the other is a table that I've been working on as well. It's pretty cool. The bookshelf that I have is just scraps of wood planks that I grabbed because I was setting up my boxing bag. Yeah, and so I didn't really like go over like me building it, but I do have some improvements to work on with the build, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the improvements throughout the video. But with the bookshelf, like it took like maybe like 3 or 4 planks just cut by like, I think how much is this? Okay, so I couldn't find the measuring tape, but I cut it about, I have these wood planks from Home Depot and I got them cut about 1/4 of the way through the planks and got like stacks of them. In particular, I set it up in a way where like if you've ever been to San Francisco and you've seen like buildings and the way that they're slanted, it's almost the same ergonomics or engineering that I developed with this, and I'm actually pretty excited to like see how it's gonna be able to function, and as well as like the design in general. Like I didn't really intended it to have it designed the way that it is, but it turned out to be like accidental, and I always find this like with any of my projects, like anytime I make an accident and anytime I like mess up on like a drawing or a sketch pad, I try to draw over that mistake and view it as like something that was already there, especially if I'm already like writing with pen and not pencil, because sometimes you can make something out of the mistake rather than beating yourself up over the fact that it's not exactly how you planned it to go, and how you think that that's exactly how you think that, like, don't succumb to your own weaknesses and think that that's not a surprise for you. Like, stuff like this is genuine and it comes out of the messes that we make when we're children making art. So there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's pretty cool. But like the bookshelf, I do have a few more ideas, and I want to add like chains, like hanging up, a back plate on top of the wood plank, and then chains hanging up the wall, and like have hooks hooked onto it. So like just in case, like it's just like hanging and it has a little bit more support. But besides that, the table's a little bit messy, and I thought it would have been cool if I mixed up the epoxy resin with the paint and like mix it up and splatter, because I did when I was painting. I got a little bit of paint on top of the epoxy resin, but like the way that it's like mixed up, and I was like, wow, like that would have been really cool if I did that. But I'm gonna do something so that it like kind of ruffles around the top of the surface with the white paint, because I made a mistake, and so I have to do something that would cover the rest of the area and make it look like it's not a mistake and it was part of the picture this entire time. So like the thing is, like the table thing is kind of like a part of the other sets that I have in my living room, and the tables are pretty much the same colors, the same design, but this one is a little bit of a different set. It's just an original work that I worked on, and I got it for like maybe 500-600 bucks, and I was really mad one day. Well, this happened maybe about 3 years ago. I went to a mental facility and I got checked in, and I left, and I was just really mad over like everything that happened. And so I was like I had a lot of things on my table, and so I like broke a lot of things in my apartment. I just threw everything off, and I was like really pissed off. And then after that, I just started grabbing a screwdriver, and then I just started like you know, screwdriving the table and stuff like that. I'm looking at the table, I'm like, what the fuck did I make? I'm like making this tree, and it starts developing into like a landscape picture with like mountains and like a stream and multiple trees and a flower and like all this other stuff. And I'm like, you know, like de-stressing myself from everything that like occurred and happened and whatnot. I was moving back and forth. I didn't really develop it. I just had that sketch on my table, and I didn't really think about like what I wanted to do a little bit more with it. I want to do something else. I'm gonna like switch. Like I'm gonna like put some time and effort into this table and like create something pretty dope. And I did, and it looks great now. I mean, as you guys can see, like it's pretty well. And the chairs, though, I have to put more paint. I have to like pretty much paint the chairs and paint the bottoms and stuff like that, and so it like matches with the table. There's only like 3 chairs, so
So I was gonna continue the table, but it looks like I destroyed it instead. I just went ham because I looked at it closely, and then there was a topic that just triggered the shit out of me, and it was about like Vikings and like Nordic symbols and how they're supposed to protect you. But it's kind of stupid, to be honest, that they're copying a lot of the Asian culture's religion and history and dogmas and stuff like that with Buddhism. But as you can see right here, I literally destroyed the shit out of it. I broke the legs one by one and just started beating the shit out of it, because it just reminded me of my old ass best friend that I want to beat the shit out of to this day. And if we ever find a day, well, you guys get to see that. Maybe if I bring my friend to record it and actually beat the shit out of her, that's gonna be funny as fuck, wouldn't you think so? Still got that project, however. I gotta build with that bookshelf, so I'm pleased with the book. But in terms of the table, hell no, fuck that marriage ring.
these 2 projects are just like mini builds that I just decided to work on, because the purpose was really to work on my creativity, but also to find some type of inspiration in the midst of meditating and practicing this work. I'm going into architecture, so like I have to be able to like understand like some type of design or engineering, and I think that like working on this maybe like every weekend and creating a video would be really good for my mental health, and as well as like just being able to talk to you guys and you guys get to know my day-to-day. In terms of content though, with like my channel, I want to create more tutorials. I want to create more, well, I'm gonna have like other content that I'm gonna be creating besides like vlogs and tutorials, and just me documenting my life. The other videos that I might have intended are like a flea market video that I'm gonna have, some short reels, demo reels of my work, showcasing my work. I do have wedding videos coming up soon, but I'm not gonna be able to post those wedding videos because they're licensed to the company that I'm working with. So I will have to like maybe do little vlogs here and there in between, like before and after I work, and kind of go over like my process behind how I shoot. And I think creating these are gonna definitely like help me understand a little bit more about my workflow, but also help other people understand my workflow as well, and maybe help them develop their own strategy of how to develop their own workflow. If you are a videographer or photographer and you live in Sacramento, please hit me up. We could do collabs, and if you want portraits, real estate videos, wedding videos, I have to get my drone license, and I could go over a video on how to get your drone's license as well if you are interested. And it's like you try to like ram in like multiple topics into like one conversation, and like you are jumping in between, you know, what to do. And so right now I'm free shooting. I didn't like script this out at all, so I'm just free soloing this shot and going with the flow in general. And so there's like, and this is something I learned from Sam Coulter, like there's two different types of shooters. There's like, you got like the people that plan it out and like plan out the shot lists and what they're gonna do, and then you got the people that are going to pretty much just free solo the shot and come up with something out of the blue. You have to be able to improvise and find ways to get the gears shifting and develop ideas, new ideas. And a lot of creative people develop creative blocks, and that's not a bad thing. It's just because you are so overstimulated and you need to take a break. And those breaks are necessary because they allow you to just relax rather than consistently being in a space where you always have to go. Besides the creative blocks, besides all that stuff, there's no excuse. Like, you're free to participate in this world and imagine and do the things that you are meant to do and make the mistakes that you're meant to do, because you are given the opportunity to. Like, you have so much time to be able to create the life that you want to live. And so, like, why don't you make it more meaningful and like less mundane and more feel like you do have the space to take up space and you do have enough space to be able to like let it all out and let your authenticity shine the way that it needs to in this type of society. So like, there's nothing wrong with society. It's been developing, but I think we are progressively trying to find ourselves in the midst of it, and there's nothing wrong with that as well. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I think you guys take care. Make sure, if you're new to this channel, check out my other videos that I have, check out my social media, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I think as time goes by, you'll see a little bit more of my personality kind of shine through, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just breaking the ice right now, which is perfectly fine, and I think that that's gonna be a start. So I appreciate you guys, and yeah, thanks. And also comment if you guys have any ideas of what do you think I should do on this channel as well. So yeah, take care guys.